Shall we play a game?
Boom. Hey. Right then, let's get this mother going. Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Adam, and well, you know that, it's my channel. Today we're going on a flight in a C-152. It's just doing a circuit around Birmingham as my first solo flight. So what is Virtual Pilot Life? Okay, so Virtual Pilot Life is an initiative, a project, whatever you want to call it. I used to call it a program, but then people thought that it was some sort of executable program, but it's not. It's like it's a project, I guess. So and it's something to motivate me to go flying in the sim, you know, because once you take off in a plane, you land, and you do it a few times, it's like, okay, I know how to do this now. Where's the fun in it? Like, where's the I'm not learning anything new now. I'm just sort of doing it again and again and again, and that can get a bit repetitive after a while. So it's like, I want something that's going to motivate me and push me to want to achieve something within the sim once I've learned how to fly that plane, you know? So that's what basically this is. It's a whole career that you can do using your sim. And obviously, just like any pilot, you have to go through a ground school. When you finish ground school, you have the knowledge of how to install onto your PC or how to use a flight sim. You know, it doesn't teach you how to fly a plane, but it teaches you how to handle the program of a flight sim. Because I tell you got to be a computer hacker to know how to use flight sims. Honestly, they're so twitchy, so buggy, so not buggy, but they live on the edge of you really have to manipulate the program, right? You can't just get in and enjoy it by default, you know. Oh, I suppose you know, that's a lie. You can get in and enjoy it by default, but if you really want to make the most of it, make it as real as possible, then you really want to play with it. You want to sort of change some files and, you know, add a few things, and then you'll get the best of it. And then once you achieve ground school, which all the registrations for every school happen at the beginning of every month. So the next registrations for ground school and flight school won't happen until the 1st of next month. You have to go through a flight school before you can actually fly passengers wherever you want to fly them. And that's basically what I created. So flight school is basically, you're a cadet and you get your pack. And inside that pack, it'll say that you've completed your ground school. All right, you got a letter here, but then it tells you what's next, and which is flight training. So you got your private pilot's license, your solo first flight achievement, you got your instrument rating license, your cargo license, a commercial pilot license, and then the airline transport pilot license. And once you complete those licenses, you can then head out into the wide world of flight simulation and start flying like virtual passengers around the world and start your career as a trainee first officer. And of course, the more flights you do, you know, you rank up and become a first officer until and you keep going, you keep doing flights, you keep doing jobs, you keep ferrying people, and eventually you'll make captain, and then finally senior captain, which I tell you now would honestly take somebody, if they did this, about 30 years to achieve senior captain. This is like real life, the guys. You know, it takes time. There's no way to burn through to senior captain in a month. Absolutely no way. There's not enough time to do that. So how does it all work? So basically, you have to go through flight school. Yeah, right. So you get your pack when you sign up, and you can sign up. You'll get your pack when you sign up. You go to the Facebook page, basically, and there is a link within the Facebook group to a video to watch, which basically tells you the basics about it. Once you go into ground school at the 1st of every month, you will get an email back, you know, and that email will basically be your invitation, your flight bag, and your invitation. And this is what it will contain here. So you'll get like a letter. Oh, that's your rewards. You'll get a letter basically here you know, telling you a little bit about ground school, what it all does, what you have to do for it. And this is the ground school right here. You read through this, you have an understanding of what it says, and then you action on what it says, which it's down here. It says once you've completed everything in ground school, there'll be a code word that you've got, you know, and this is your access into flight school. And simply email the code back to the email address here, and then make a request entry into flight school. And then it says you will need to register. And that's basically what you're doing. You know, I want to register for flight school. Now, you won't hear anything back until the 1st of every month. That's when registration's open. So just because you've sent the email off, don't think they haven't received it. Okay. But if after the 1st you haven't received an invitation, you know, if it's been like, oh, it's the 7th now, and I still haven't received an invitation, and I sent my email last month, then email and explain, and you'll get your flight bag. So what else does this include here? It includes also a list of the licenses within flight school. So these are your licenses. Now I'm going to, right now, I've gone through the private pilot's license, okay? And I'm about to do in this stream my first solo flight. And if I do that successfully, I'll achieve a certificate for my private pilot's license. Does the course also include navigational training? Well, in the private pilot's license course, right? I'll tell you what it actually pertains to. It pertains to, there's 10 lessons, right, to begin with. And this is you get like a flight log in the pack, and that's your flight log. And as you can see, I've passed all the first 10 lessons, which is why I'm doing the solo flight now. So the first one is all about straight and level flight. The second one is about turns. The third one is about climbs and descents. Now, they're in the order that they were created, but it makes much more sense to not do them in that order. You can do them in any order you want, I think. The 10th one is just reviewing everything. And then you can go for your first solo flight. And once you've done your first solo flight, you'll have passed your that's it. You've passed your license for private pilot. And you can then proceed on to the next one in this list. So the next license you would proceed on to is the instrument rating, which teaches you all about, you know, whatever. And that I'm going to do most of that actually on the stream. So every week, guys, we'll be going through this whole thing. So I might just do it to where actually I think it'll work out better if during the week I go through the lessons and then I do the actual exam as the live stream. So next week I will do my instrument rating license exam. And then once I've achieved that, I can go on to do my cargo multi-engine license, my commercial, my airline. And once I've completed all of these, I can activate the career mode. I can activate, you know, being a trainee first officer. Okay. So where are we up to here? A lot of paperwork, man. I've been a pilot, isn't it? It's probably going to be a while before actually anybody sees the career mode, because flight school can take it can take anything from like a week minimum to a year maximum. You know what I mean? To go through, because you have to actually go through each of these, and like each lesson can take like an hour, and there's 10 lessons, so that's 10 hours of investment time you've got to put into just doing your private pilot license. And then of course you've got the flight afterwards, which the flight we're about to do, that's probably going to be a couple of hours as well, you know. This one here, the cargo multi-engine license, right, is an 8-hour, right, 8-hour exam, right? You need to block a day off for that. Like I actually have done that twice, and it'll be the third time when I go to do it on the live stream. But that's an 8-hour exam, guys. That's how intense this thing is. It's not like, this ain't like you know, your FSX where you just do a couple of 10-minute flights and then you get your license, guys. These are full on. So here we are, private pilot license, right? That's what we're doing, right? So it says here, requirements: complete ground school, watch the videos for ground school, which the link is in your flight bag. Recommended equipment to use: single engine prop aircraft like a Cessna 152, 172, or 182. Now I'm using the 152. Right, so I got my checklists here for the C-152, and because it is our assessment flight, we can actually use Project Fly to track the flight and log the hours in. Because basically, if you want to, let's say if I wanted to fly the 747, you know, in my career mode, first off, I have to have 25 hours in order to be signed off from that aircraft within the career mode for the 747. So I have to actually fly it around for 25 hours from top of descent, from top of climb to top of descent has to be 25 hours. So it doesn't include any ground time or taxiing. So yeah, there's like, and then I can actually carry passengers and actually start to earn my licenses. Like every flight I do after the first 25 hours starts to log, you know, because you got to be signed off for the aircraft first, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? You can't just suddenly go into it and then expect. So ground school, yeah. So each lesson, it says here, will take roughly between 30 minutes to 1 hour, and there's 10 lessons. So the first lesson is straight and level, second is turns, third is climbs and descents, fourth is slow flight, fifth one is stalls, sixth one is steep turns, the seventh class is landings, eighth is takeoffs and traffic patterns, ninth is VOR navigation, and then the 10th one is kind of reviewing everything with a practice landing, flying the pattern, and a VOR intercept and tracking. So I use SkyVector to do some of my planning. New plan. Yay. Right, so there we go. That's our route. Birmingham Airport. We'll be taking off and doing a circuit around and coming in for landing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Birmingham to Birmingham. There we go. Load that into Active Sky. Give us some clouds, Active Sky. So there's here's what we have got here with Active Sky. Whoa. Where are we? There we are. What's the weather like in Active Sky land with Skyrex doing the cloud textures? Wow, it's a bit cloudy, man. Bit cloudy. Have we even picked a good day? What's the clouds like along our route? Scattered at 4,000. That's good. Scattered at 6,000. That's better. 5,000. 5,000. So it's all good along our route. We're not gonna be in the clouds, which is now activating. So here we are. It's looking a bit weird. There's Birmingham Airport over there. Right. So here we are. So to satisfy all we got to do is take off, do a circuit, and land again. That's it. All visual. Don't even have to use VOR. Bit of a bummer, innit, guys? I was hoping to do a bit of VOR today, but I guess we do that in the next lesson, the instrument rating one. Birmingham Airport. So that's the original tower to Birmingham Airport. Back in the day when Birmingham Airport was first built, this was the actual tower. They don't use that anymore to do the towering from. It's over here, this one. The perfume bottle that I call it. That's the real one they do, and the terminal is over yonder, over there. All the gates and terminals. But this was the original terminal, the original site of Birmingham Airport. I don't know. I mean, they must still use that building for something. I don't know what though. Yeah, man, it's on lockdown. That's why there's nobody here. I don't even see any planes flying. Anyway, here's our aircraft. First thing we got to do is a walk around. So let's do our little walk around. Check everything. Make sure it's all good to go. They're, man, this plane has been through it. Look at that. I don't think this plane's gonna make it. How small am I? There we go, that's a bit better. Still feel a bit... There we go. Check the surfaces for cracks, mate. Oh, I don't feel trusting in this one, is it? The tower was only transferred after the new tower was erected. Yeah, but that new tower's been there for like since the... I don't know actually. I thought it was like the 90s when that new tower came into effect. Don't know. I'll have to do some Googling, I think. We got an American plane here. Look at this. State of... what state is that? Ohio, Kentucky. Mate, this plane looks knackered. I really don't feel safe. Do you know what I mean? This is what they give me to do my solo flight in. Do you know why I like it though? Colors. That's basically it. Just the colors, man. Look at that. Highly detailed though, isn't it? They've done like a good job on it. I mean, you can go right up to it and it doesn't like start to pixelate or fall apart. Oh, you can even go inside of it. Look at that. Hello. He's ready for action. You alright, mate? Okay. Engine's fine. Hey, I can hear an engine going actually. What's that? Oh, hello. British Airways off on another whirlwind adventure. Anyway, let's hop into our plane. Let's get in. Done the fueling up and that, so we're inside the plane now. Where's my checklist? Don't know.
Hello, cadet, and welcome to your first solo flight check ride.
Yeah.
Congratulations on completing your first license. Although there's one more check ride you need in order for you to get your certificate. At the end of this video, you'll be given the link so you can begin your first solo flight check ride and complete your first license.
There it is.
The private pilot certificate. Don't be nervous now. Simply use everything you've learned from my brother and apply it here in one go. I can't wait to see you back on the ground. Don't forget to have your flight log handy. Good. Track your progress through this license. Keep it handy. You are required to fill out every time you take a lesson and pass the certificate. Good luck.
Thank you. Wow, it's already gone on to the next one. There you go. Instant. So yeah, flight log. I better log this. Right, so let's get this mother into the all groomed up, basically. So remove the control lock from the steering wheel, which is that little bugger there. Bye bye. And set the parking brake, which they're set, or it's set. I need somewhere for this to sit safely. Let's move out the paperwork. Hello. Right. Mixture to the off. So that's the mixture. That's cut off. Ignition switch off. Let me just remove the yoke so I can see what's going on down here. Mixture off. So ignition switch. Well, there's no key in there. I need to put the key in first. There we go. But it's off. That's what it should be. Master switch on. Just enough for the battery though. Yep. Flaps are set. Flaps are up. And the fuel is high. There we go. In fact, it says 30% flaps. So 30% flaps. Choose that one there. Okay. And master switch off. And then it does say fuel shut the switch off, but that's always like the fuel switch down here isn't simulated. It's always set, so I don't have to worry about that. Right. Check the ailerons, which we did. We did the walk around or outside. That's all good. No section chocks. They need to be removed. So I think they already have been now that we've... Yep, they have. Air inlets clear. And the landing taxi light. Landing taxi light. Turn that on. I don't know why why does it say landing though? It's weird. It must be the same light used for landing. Okay, I thought there was a separate one. Guess not. Right, check the controls. Make sure that they're actually working. So, out and in. Yep, I do that. And we should be also checking to see if they actually change these here. So, yep, that changes. That works fine. Can't really see that one. And the one behind, rudder works. Ailerons, yep, all good to go. That all works fine. Right, parking brake set. Carburetor heater. Sorry, carburetor heat to the off position. So, pulling it, is that off? Yeah, because pushing it is on. Avionics are all switched off, and the fuel shut-off valve, again, doesn't change. But it should be on. Right, we need to start the engine. Obviously, we can't get any type of clearance because there's no power to this puppy yet. But in the real world, you get clearance before you start your engines. So the power does have to go on. But in the checklist, it's weird because the first thing you do after that is start your engine in order to provide power to contact ATC. So that's just a bit weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my clearance by ringing them on the phone. So got my mobile here. They got the dude is hang on. Hello, is that Tower? Yeah, can I have clearance to take off, mate? I got a request in a VFR, mate, but it says IFR. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I want to go Birmingham. We're going to do a fly around at 3,000 feet. Yeah. 118 6402. All right. Thank you very much, mate. Bye. That's how we get around that. 2013, the new tower came into operation. Really? Man, I thought it was a lot sooner than that. Man. Right, so basically what they're saying here is our squawking code is basically an identifier for this aircraft, and that code, like these numbers mean something, and if you use a certain one, you know, if you're like in trouble, if you're being hijacked or something, you could tune in the numbers down here and you could squawk an emergency code. But it's basically, this is an identifier number for this aircraft. So the people in the tower, right, whichever tower they want to use, you know, that they only know me as 6402. That's how they can identify me. Obviously, that they're assigning me as a Cessna up in the tower, but that's how they'll know me. And then the 118.05 is the frequency number, which would go on to our communications here, which we haven't actually, you know, frequency in yet. But we're still on. Well, we're still on the ground one, but I haven't actually tuned it. But it is tuned. That's a bit weird. So yeah. So when we leave, when we're requesting to leave, we have to tune in the radio. Now, this ATC is the built-in ATC program with P3D. It automatically does the tuning for me, so I don't have to actually go in and start playing with these figures. But you would, like, because we wouldn't be really using a built-in ATC program in real life. You know what I mean? We'd have a real ATC program, but we would have to do the changing of the numbers. But for the purpose of this, when I tune into ground control and it automatically tunes it in, we'll just let that slide for this. Okay. I mean, I think, to be honest, if you use like an outside ATC program, it doesn't automatically do that for you. You then have to go and change it yourself. And I look forward to the day that I get to use an outside ATC program. I think there is one. So when I get it, I'll use it, and that will be cool, because then we'll actually be changing these ourselves rather than it being automatic. Right, so now we can start up our engines. We've got permission. So mixture needs to be set to full rich. So shove that up. That shouldn't be happening because I haven't got any power to my aircraft, even though it says full fuel there. Oh, the battery's on. Man, I thought I turned both of them off. I must have turned it on by accident. That's why we had the thingy there. Man, that power's been draining. Oh, it don't matter, because we'll be turning it on in a second anyway. So that's why we had the power. That answers that then. Right. Well, we'll do it in order actually. We'll turn it off just for now. The new one was only built so it was possible to see the end of the newly extended runway. Cool. Right, so we need to prime our engine first. So down here, this little tab thing here, we need to give it a few squirts. 1, 2, back in, 3, and I like to do 4. So there we go, and that's locked. So that's primed up. What else? What's the next one? Throttle, open up a little bit, 1/2 inch, like that. There we go. And master switch can now be switched on. Oops. And the ignition switch can go to start. And the engine should start up, really. So let's give it a go. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. Right, she's purring. Okay, so when the engine starts, ignition switch to both, which it is. Yeah. And check a throttle to 800 to 1000. So the RPM meter's here. So this needs to read 800 to 1000, which it basically already is at. So that's cool. And we can now ask for a taxi clearance, basically. We've now got power, so now officially the radio should be working. Officially. So he gave us a thing, didn't he? Didn't he give us a... No, I thought he'd done my barometer, but he hasn't. So we're on 290.83. Hopefully he'll give us that.
Birmingham left, exit November 24786.
Or I can just do that. Yeah, we're ready to get out of here, man. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Cessna N2786, taxi to hold short runway 33 using taxiway F, Foxtrot Charlie Echo Sierra, and then I'll contact tower on 118.3 when ready. Cessna. Thank you very much. Right, so now in real life we'd be using charts. We'd be using airport charts to know where the taxiway of Foxtrot Charlie Echo Sierra is, which, to be honest, I know my way around Birmingham Airport. So runway 330 is over here, going that way. So therefore I'm assuming they want me, like, all the taxiways and that are already labeled. So if we were to zoom in here, so if this is the taxiway Foxtrot, and then they want me to go over to Charlie, which is across the runway going that way, and then just the normal routes up where that plane's going right now is Echo, and then Sierra's up here. So I know where that is anyway, so we won't need to worry. So let's get this bird going, shall we? Here we go. Right, here we go. First time I've used the C152 in version 5, like as a proper full flight. I think I might have jumped in it quickly just to see what it was like, but right, so we haven't got any there, we've got any there. I am on the ground frequency, so they would tell me about venturing across a runway if somebody was on a final, which I can't see anybody coming in for a final, so I think we're good to go. I think we can go across this runway safely. There's nobody here I can see, so we'll go across. As a simulated pilot, I'm not really interested in watching cargo or passengers being loaded. All I'm interested in is the weight of the aircraft I'm trying to fly. But, yeah, but the time it takes, I suppose you could just wait. But as part of that simulation, isn't it, you know, fuel, passengers and fuel is your payload. You know, is knowing, you know, and to visually see that, I think is not as just important, but is an enhancement of immersion, isn't it? Right, we need to go. He wanted me to go through Charlie Echo, wouldn't it? This is Charlie. Oh, going too fast. Echo, here we are. Carburetor heat should be pulled up. Right, he wanted us Charlie Echo Sierra, wasn't it? So Sierra is it this one? No, that's Echo. Sierra must be up there. Don't know why it wants me to go up there. The big boys. That's weird. Fair enough. I would have thought I'd just go from there, to be honest. Seems a bit more sensible. Fair enough. I guess they want all flights doing the same takeoff point. Right, we need to wait here. Guess we have to be a bit closer. That plane's just taking off. Bye-bye.
Birmingham Tower, Texas, November 24786, ready for IFR departure, runway 33. Cessna, November 24786, taxi into position and hold.
Roger that. Taxi in position to hold. Cessna N278, whatever. Correct, but the pilot does not stand and watch whilst the aircraft is loaded. All the pilot is interested in is the final balance sheet before takeoff. Well, that's not true, is it, though? Oh, we've got to acknowledge that, haven't we?
Position and hold, Cessna 786.
Oh, yeah, position and hold. because the pilot is interested in the plane before it takes off, isn't he? He's got to do the walk around. Right, well, hang on, mate. I'm not cleared for takeoff. You just wait. Hold your horses. Just like that's a minute. Right. Before takeoff, power controls are free. Mixture is rich. Throttles at 1700. So put that at 1700. Carburetor heat check. That's weird. Carburetor heat check for RPM drop. So put it on. No drop. There are oil pressures checked, temperatures, lights are as required, and then release the brakes and we're away. So everything's good to go in the green. Set the altitude. Rock and roll! Right, so what we're going to do is just a couple of turns. So we're going to be going to let's see here. We're going to be turning to 240 after we take off. Yeah, this is a bit windy here. It's blowing me all over the shop. 60, 70. Give me the 80, mates. Take me to the air. Hey, it's really windy. I'm really doing that with my yoke. And a wind. Right, 80, 75. Come on, give me 80, mate. That'll do me, mate. Whoa. Hey, oh, yo. Yo, Adrian. Hey. Give me some trim. Hey, we're really rocking with the old, this thing ain't trimming down. Why can't I trim down, mate? Right. Coming up to 1,000 feet, so flaps up. And that should trim me. There we go. 500 feet. There we go. She's a cooking. There we go. Now, if this bites at any time this screen comes up, we know it's the Y. So, contact Birmingham handoff. Roger. Going to Birmingham departure. 118. Tune that in. Contact them. Cessna climbing up to 3,000. We're going to be doing a turn to 240 in a minute. 3026. 3026. There we go. 2 miles. Oh, he's already turning me right. Why are you turning me right, mate? Oh, he's put me onto that. We're going to cancel our IFR, mate, I think. Stand by. No, we don't want to do that yet. I'll just do it. Right, 125, yeah? Right, okay. He's having me land straight away. I was hoping to do a little bit of a flyby first. 125. Two five. There we go. Level that. Coming up to 3,000 soon. watch the airspeed. And it's really sluggish response here with the old the wind, man. Climbing up still. You would have thought that version 5 would have used the new Birmingham frequencies. I guess slowly update everything tonight. They don't want to spice everybody on the first version, do they? Birmingham radar is now 123.9, not 118.5. I guess to change all the frequencies would be a massive undertaking, though, wouldn't they? It's not. I mean, it's yeah, you can change it, but then you absolutely nuke everybody's navigational aids. Lovely out there, isn't it? Whoa. Right, we're coming up to 3,000, so throttle it. Pitch. I didn't even do my after takeoff checklist, but we can turn off those taxi lights. We don't need them playing. Let's keep it level. Birmingham Airport somewhere behind us. Right, let me just run through my after takeoff that I should have already done by now. Don't let the instructor hear me say any of this. Takeoff. So flaps up, which we've done. Carburetor heater off. Check. Throttle. Oh, hang on, this is for takeoff. This is. Where's the after takeoff, mate? Short field, climb, cruise. There we go. So below 3,000, you're fully open throttled, which you would lean. Above 3,000, which we don't need to lean then. For cruise, it's 1900 adjustments. So basically we're about right for our power setting, so we just got to maintain the 3,000, which we're a bit high, and then just keep an eye out for our there we go. Hey MS, how's it going, mates? Why is it at Loxley? That's weird. Why does it say at Loxley? That's weird. Hey! Oh, because you put uptime, Loxley. I didn't see you there, mate. Sorry. Hang on, we're a bit high here. We need to descend down here. Contact Coventry approach on 118.75. That was our first waypoint on this little route of ours. So that's correct. That's as it should be. So we need to contact Coventry approach, tune in the 118 navigation. Yo, Coventry, we're with you. We're at 3,000. Well, we're above 3,000. We need to actually come down. 3012 for the altimeter. That's probably why though. 3012. 3012. Hey, that's why. I was actually on the money. So that's good to know. Right, we need to do a turn. Airport should be behind us, which it is there. You can see the beginning of the runway there. So we need to do a turn now to 210. So, oh, hello, the weather's just been nuked. What happened to True Sky? That's weird. Don't know what happened to True Sky. This is the weather I'm using, so we'll reload that like, because we have actually got real weather running, even though we're not running any weather programs except for the free one. So load in True Sky, please, because that cloudy. I don't know why True Sky's just bit it. That's weird. It hasn't suddenly cleared up where I am. So anyway, 210 doing a turn. Find an add-on that can be good for the virtual pilot life. It's called Airline Manager. Oh, on-air Airline Manager. I'll investigate that. MS. Thank you very much for the word. I mean, to be honest, there's so many programs that anybody could use in conjunction with virtual pilot's life. So even self-loading cargo could be used with it. It would just be up to the user to use it. It's not built into the program itself. Right, there we go. So there, where's the airport? There it is, over there. It's more 240 actually. Our flight plan was very different to what they just told me to turn. They had me turning to the right when I should have turned to the left. So what? 090. What? Acknowledge that, I guess. I guess I have to. Don't know why they're getting me to turn 090. I mean, they're approaching me for landing, so I guess I was a bit of a naughty boy then. Zero 90. Hey, another airport there. 090, that's eastbound. Hey. It's really windy. Ice cream. You dozed off for a bit and you had a dream about chocolate ice and brownies and woke up wanting some. Loxley, mate, I had a chocolate brownie ice cream last night with the missus. How weird is that? Hey? Guys, look at the view. Hey? How gorgeous is that? Get a couple of quick shots. Oh man, so yummy. For the problem with the PMGG 737 on version 5, there is little 737. Oh, 2993. Oh, is that why I'm behind? Because 2993, which I wasn't told about. 2993. Bit of vibration city in here, isn't it? Come on, get us up, mate. There we go. turn right. I could have. This controller's like, that's a minute, Dave. Just come back. You were flying circuit. Are you flying? Well, I was flying circuits. I was ready to do a turn before, but the controller told me to turn to another. He's got me on an approach, and I don't know what kind of approach he's got me on. Like, if I deviate, he says, "No way, Jose." I think he thinks I'm a jumbo jet or something who needs like 10 miles out approach. You know what I mean? It's a bit crazy, like. Again, I don't know what happened to the weather, because this isn't the weather. Like, True Skies just bit it for some reason. Reload the weather again. Try that. Turning right, heading 235 now. And I need to get different ATC. I do. I really do. This isn't realistic at all, man. Descend and maintain 2000. Right, okay. Right, so we're going in for a descent. So the checklist is mixture set to rich, carburetor, heater on. Carburetor, heater on, and descend down. Pitch down to 500 feet. Going pitched at 500 feet, man. You signed up for VPL MS, so you'll have the training records in 30 days. Yeah, the first of every month, MS. I know you have signed up. I have seen your email, so no worries on that, mate. But you'll get them at the yeah, let's give it one stage of flaps. They're so impatient, ATC. I'm going down to 2000. I am descending. I'm just not falling out of the sky as fast as they want me to, I guess. Let's put the throttles up a bit then. Make our descend happen a bit faster. Birmingham Airport's over there. Man, they just can't wait, can they? The default ATC does not know how to do circuits. Tell me about it. Turn right heading 315, descend and maintain 2000. Turn right heading 315, okay. 315, descending and maintaining 2000 feet. Zero coming up. Is that all for me? What they're saying? It is as well. Turn right heading 295 now. Descend and maintain 2000, which we're at 2000 now, so we can actually keep this. So we need to turn 295. Hang on, turn right. That doesn't make sense. Turn right 295. That's doing a 360, mate. I'm better off to turn left, actually, to 295. Descend and maintain 2000. 295 is this way. So that's weird that they said that. Cleared runway 330. We got to keep 2000 though. So we need to right 295. Bit off it, but okay. Our runway, it should be over here. I think they've lost me. I don't think they've Alright, let's tune into Birmingham Tower. I don't really see the airport, to be honest. We're going extremely slow. Is that more realistic sitting for the seat? That's more realistic, isn't it? Where's the airport map?
Birmingham Tower, travel 255, runway 33, ready for takeoff, IFR 2. World travel 25, cleared for takeoff, runway 33.
Mate, where's the airport, man?
Travel 25.
It should be on my right. I think we passed it, to be honest. Contact tower.
Birmingham Tower, Cessna November
330 approach. Yeah, we've passed it, I think.
Runway 33, approach. Cessna November
Fly straight in, right, 2994.
Tower, fly straight in, runway 33, altimeter 2994.
Roger that, mate. I'll find it, honestly. This ATC's just completely messed everything up. Is that it over there? There it is. There, we blew past it, mate. Right, let's do a loop-de-loop. Now we got to turn right. Is that it there? It's over here. Where the hell's the runway?
World travel 25, contact Birmingham, departure.
There it is, there.
118.05. Appointment 118.05. World travel 25.
This is going to be a fail, isn't it, mate? When doing circuits in real life, you will not be revectored by ATC. I know, yeah, exactly. They should have left me alone. I don't know what I don't know why they did, to be honest. And he took me a wrong way or something. I need a proper ATC program, I do. Bloody Mickey Mouse job, this. Right. Let's put our level, trim wheel level set. So it's all down to us now. So over there, I think that's Birmingham, isn't it? Looks like Birmingham. Better be Birmingham. 330 is the runway heading. Hang on, that's not Birmingham. That runway heading's not correct. Right, let's lower the throttle. Start bringing her down. We're aim pitched up for some reason. That is Birmingham. When doing circuits, yeah. Hey up, hey, yo. Way too wide, mate. Yeah, that's Birmingham. to lose a bit of height here. So I've got to grease this one at, I mean, I think, do you know what, this ain't, oh, you're joking me, man, look. Oh no, it's clocking me, it's clocking the stuff. So we honestly, we got to get this right. That don't look like UK 2000 runway to me. This is Birmingham. Although, no, this ain't Birmingham, look at the runway. 30. Should be 330, shouldn't it? I don't think I'm at Birmingham, you know. Dudes, this is going to be a fail. Is that Birmingham Airport down there? Get my binoculars out. Man, that's not Birmingham. Shit. Abort. Abort this landing. It's not Birmingham Airport. I don't want to fail my PPL here. I mean, to be honest, this ain't going to plan at all. Mate. Right. Oh. Go back up to 3,000. We need to find Birmingham, mate. Unfamiliar with the area. What a joke. 10 o'clock. What a joke. Never listen to, you know, default ATC, eh? Right. Birmingham Airport should be somewhere around here. Is that it there? That's it, isn't it? There's the football stadium. That's Birmingham Airport now. We're on the right path here, so let's get up to 3,000. Unbelievable. Oh, actually, no, 2,000. We need to get up to 2,000, sorry. Right. There it is. Let's start our turn now. Can you believe this, guys? I don't think I should. I don't think I should earn my private pilot license off the base of this flight. Oh my life. Now we can turn right. So now we're on 295. So now we can come in to land. So let's reduce the throttles. Let's give it a stage of flaps first, actually, before I start my turn. Stage of flaps. Start the descent. Turn into the land. What? That is why you never listen to default ATC. Amen, Dave. Amen. I'm definitely going to get a new ATC program because I do like having the ATC, you know, and when you don't want the kids, you know, spicing your flight. Right. Trim's set for, there we go. Right, let's watch our descent here. When, sort of in between 5 and 0 there. Keep it on the money there. We speed up a little bit, going a bit slow. Near stalling speed here, we want to keep it about 80. Or is what does the handbook say about landing? About the RPMs? Well, it says 55 to 65 actually. So we're actually on the money. Here we go, we've had clearance to land now.
Cleared to land, runway 33, SSD 786.
Coming in, mate. Put your landing ratings in, guys. Exclamation mark, what is it, landing request? It's in the, just below the video, it tells you the command to guess the landing rating.
Tower, American Pacific 178 at runway 33, ready for takeoff. IFR input. American Pacific 478, hold short, runway 33, traffic is Cessna on final.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Cessna on final, mate.
Short, runway 33,
As I'm otherwise known as. Try VATSIM, but when doing circuits, you will not receive vectors. Yeah, VATSIM. Innit? I think, to be honest, right, we're going to start doing VATSIM on every single flight. But to start off with, I'll go places where there's no one controlling it. So we're in the VATSIM world, but we just won't see anybody and we won't have to worry about people. But then at least I don't have to worry about default, you know, planes. So we're descending quite nicely. Although the PAPI lights are telling me I'm too low. I think they're accurate. I mean, 1,000 feet, I feel I'm just fine. Can you use VATSIM without a controller? How can you? So, yeah, if you're somewhere where there's no VATSIM, you just announce. It's like having no ATC. It's just like having a position where there's no one in the tower. You have to announce everything you're doing, and you can either do that through radio or you can do that through text. So you can announce everything on the Unicom channel, or you can just text it all. I think it's the Unicom it's called for the voice thing. I'll be wrong about that though. I don't think them PAPI lights are working. So it still says I'm too low. Right, I think I can give it maybe one more stage of flaps. Although I think we're fine, but we'll give it. That's the final stage. Whoops, shouldn't have done that. Wanted to do that when we were hovering above the runway. Oh well. We got this. We're coming in. Oh, a coffee, please. Thank you. We're going to have a coffee waiting for us in the VIP lounge when we land. Here we go. Yeah, them PAPI lights don't work. Man, I can't see above my dash here. My camera's a bit too low, I feel. Right, here we go. Coming in. Bring her in. And she's landing. Boom. Kill that. There we go, buddy. Exit runway to the left.
Exit runway when able.
Here we go, we'll exit here.
Cessna 112.8. American
112.8 he said. Oh, 121.8 he said.
121.8.
Jimmy this little setting here to 121.8 like that. And request taxi to parking. Burn didn't put the landing lights on. I don't think I should pass for that. Doesn't say that in the landing by your landing lights. That's bad, that is. Right, taxiing to general aviation parking. Roger. So after the instrument rating license, we go on to do the cargo license. And then once we've done that, it will be the commercial pilot license and then the air transport license. So there we go, that's that. Just stop it here. So now we can just get rid of that. Don't even need to worry about that now. When doing circuits you need your clock. Got an internal clock in my head, mate. Don't I? Right, we'll complete that flight for Project Fly. My landing rating complete. Let's see what it was. My landing rating was plus 13. That's not even possible. I mean, come on, Project Fly, what are you doing? Vertical speed 0 on that. That can't be right, can it? I made the most, like, the best touchdown you've ever seen? That can't be right. Although it has got my flight correct, hasn't it? Look, all the way around here, wiggling around, looking for the runway, almost landing at the wrong runway, and then coming in and landing. But my landing rating, it's just... like... you can't have a landing rating of 13, can you? It's impossible. It's got to be a minus figure. Otherwise, I mean... I don't get that. So that means I was going up when I landed. I mean, no, because there's still the impact, the physical impact on the ground. I don't know if this is classed as a win, guys. Because it says... well, actually, no, it does. This is classed as a win because it's minus 400 or better. And 13 is better than minus 400. So it is a win. Exit out of Project Spice. Right, let's go have some fun, guys. Stop it here, and then kill the mixture. Basically, shuts off the engine, and that's that. And there we go. That's it. And then we can jack up the I forget what it is to. There we go. Put the lock on. There you go. That should stop it jumping around. And there we go. Another happy landing. You're gonna fly the 747 for Virtual Pilot. So yeah, the whole aim of Virtual Pilot Life is you go through the career of a pilot. So obviously pilots don't start off on the 747. They have to work their way up for that. So we've just passed the private pilot license for this plane here. So I can now fly any single engine propeller plane in P3D, right? So by passing, where is it? Where are they gone? By landing that successfully, I've just earned my private pilot's license. There we go, done. That's it. And I get a certificate as well for solo achievements and all that. You know, I mean, to be honest, I've already done all these. I'm just doing it again for the sake of people being able to see. So the next license is instrument. And now that we can do any single engine plane, it doesn't always have to be the C152. Guys, we can do the Grand Caravan. We can do any single engine plane that I have. We can't do that until I have got my multi engine cargo license. So, which after the instrument rating one, that's when we go to get that. So, gosh, it's quite busy here at Birmingham. Planes leaving everywhere. Alan Prestridge, we are proud to present you with your PPL on single engine plane. Thank you, man. Thank you. I want to thank everybody who helped me to get here, and I'm going to use this for the good of mankind, and I'm going to start a campaign to save the planes. There we go. So next week, next Thursday, guys, this is the one we're trying to earn here. Instrument rating, okay? So during the week, I'm going to still do flights in the sim here, because I've got to do you know, the lessons for the instrument rating. So I've got to learn various things. So I'll still be clocking up flights for that, you know. And yeah, basically. I think that plane's coming for us here. Looks like he's coming for me. Well, there we go, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the trolls, and I'll see you all next week as we continue our virtual pilot's life adventure. And you know, next month we're looking to get into the career mode. That's when we're looking, you know, if you doing the licenses weekly, it'll take about 7 weeks. Oh, there goes a plane. Look at him, he's bolting off. Look at that, man, he's rocketing. See you later, alligator. Man. So yeah, so we're looking for about 7 weeks before we start the career mode. If, you know, I mean, it probably is possible to do it sooner if you were doing the licenses like every third day or every second day, but there's 10 lessons and each lesson is like an hour, so that's 10 hours. So that's like, you couldn't even do this one license a day. It would at least take you 2 or 3 days to complete a license. So by that definition, it is totally possible within, say, like 2 weeks to complete the entire course for career mode, but we're going to be doing it 1 week at a time. All right, and I shall see everybody next week. Bye bye.